My name is Asha Bakari. Asha Bakari is a trainer by profession and is a mother of 4 also. I've been a trainer in a TVET institution since 2004 when I was employed by the government. I've been a trainer in Migori Technical Training Institute till from 2004 up to the year 2020, when on 23rd of December, I was transferred to Siala Technical Training Institute. As a trainer, I've served in many offices. First of all, I served as an assistant farm manager. I served as an assistant guidance and counseling officer. I served as a head of department agriculture. I served as a performance contracting officer. I served as a management representative for ISO 9001-2008, which led to Migori Technical Training Institute to be ISO 9001 certified. After serving in those offices, I was promoted once more to be a deputy principal in charge of academics, where I served for 4 years. And during the time of Corona, we were in Corona pandemic. In preparation for reopening, we were involved in so many issues of preparation to ensure that the students come back in a safe environment that is Corona virus free. And in doing that, the government was impressed. And because of that, I was promoted once more to be a principal of Siala Technical Training Institute, in which I started serving as a principal from 4th of January this year, 2021. Professionally, I was trained in Bachelor of Science, Agriculture and Home Economics. I didn't train as a teacher, and therefore I went to train for pedagogy, postgraduate in diploma education at Maseno University. I went back to Maseno again for a master's degree in counseling psychology, which I thought will be very necessary for my work, for my profession, especially in reaching out to the youths of this generation who are facing many issues that affect them psychologically and might even affect their training or rather their study. And so far, I have helped out many issues, many youths, financially, even psychologically. There are youths whom I have personally financed their training. I've financed 6 male youths and 7 female youths during training, especially in Migori Technical Training Institute. Sometimes life can push you to an age where you feel like giving up, but personally, life pushed me to an age where I felt like giving up, and at that age, I did not give up. I decided to stand up and reach out to others who will be going through maybe a similar situation that I was going through at a given time in my life. And therefore, I decided that I love people and I'll attend to their issues. At one time, I felt like I should come up with a hospital, not to treat the body, but to treat the heart, maybe a wounded heart. And therefore, I reached out to people in the village whom at my personal assessment, will think they are going through life struggles. And in reaching out, I could pick 1 or 2 or 3 to come and stay in my house. And in staying in my house, I'll be giving them shelter, I'll be giving them food, I'll be giving them a chance in life to get an education which outside there maybe they could not have got, or if they would have got, it would have been with more struggles than them putting up with me. And the struggles of life actually made me to reach out to these people. I will say that the people have impacted with my initiative. It's difficult to give a number, but the ones directly impacted who have gone through my house, there are 13 people. But the ones who I have maybe helped outside there without personally bringing them in my house to stay with me, there are many, because I've said I am a trainer. Being a trainer, you impact many. There are those who come for counseling, you counsel them, they go, they come back and tell me, in fact, they'll call you, Mom, you helped me in this situation. And for that, those ones, I might not give the number because there are many. I'll say that my biggest success story is that as a woman or as women, we can make it. Many a times as women, we wait for things to be brought to us on a silver plate. But I'm here to encourage other women that as a woman, I have made it through a male-dominated staff, a male-dominated environment. Why? Because I went for it, I purposed for it, and I worked for it. I didn't wait for it to be brought to me. I worked hard, and with wisdom from God, I was able to make it. Therefore, women outside there, let us go out and work for it. Let us not wait for it to be brought to us. What is brought to us can crumple in our hands because we may not know how to handle it. When the pandemic hit our country, I was in Migori Technical Training Institute. Just like any other learning institution, we closed. But for the administrative staff, we did not close. Then the government announced our reporting back, the first reopening for TVET institutions. And we were to do preparations to put in place to ensure students come back. Now, between our closing to our preparation to coming back to school, personally, I had neighbors around me. We were locked in houses. And even going to church was not possible. But because we were neighbors and we knew our status, we were not mingling with that people outside, we decided to make my house a church. People were coming to my house every Sunday, and we were having a fellowship there so that we could pray to a good God to remember us and rescue us out of this pandemic. Secondly, now when it neared to opening now, we were to put preparations in place to ensure that our institute is ready for opening. One, we had to reach out even to the to the local community to sensitize them concerning the COVID-19 pandemic and how to prevent it. Because you'll realize that mostly the local community could not believe that there is the COVID-19 pandemic. And in fact, some could make fun of it when they see you putting on a mask. Despite that, we had to go out there as an institution to sensitize them and tell them that COVID-19 is real, it is there. The best we can do is to protect ourselves from contacting it. And we had also, having known that our students had hostels outside in the local community, we had also to sensitize them on ensuring that they put in place the preventive measures. Preventive measures like sanitizing places, like even having sanitizers in place. And as an institute, we had even to contribute some to our local community because one, we were making hand wash soap. We were also making our own sanitizer. And above all, we were making the hand washing dispensers, the pedal-driven hand washing dispensers. And when we made them, and the government visited us through our PS and the CS, Professor Magoha, and in seeing what we had done, we were rated as one of the best institutions in our country. And you'll realize that because of that, out of that came promotions, such that the principal of the institution was promoted to head even a higher institution. And because of that, I was also promoted to head our institution. We put in place all that they told us to do, ensuring our environment is COVID-free and ensuring our environment is clean. The hostels are clean, the classes are clean, the offices are clean, ensuring the social distancing signage is put in place, ensuring that at the gate, even the thermoguns, actually we use the bio-thermogun, is put in place, which initially was not there. And all this was to help us actually ensure that the COVID-19 pandemic does not reach our institution and reach our local environment, so that we have our students coming in a safe, healthy learning environment. Currently, I'm in Siala Technical Training Institute. I joined this institution on 4th of January this year, 2021. And my vision for that institution is to make it a national polytechnic. Because as a principal, when you go to an institution, you have to have a vision. You scan the environment and see what is possible. And the possibility I've seen in that environment is a national national polytechnic. And when it becomes a national polytechnic, actually it shall be the first national polytechnic in Migori County. And if it becomes a national polytechnic, therefore, it will attract more students, more trainees, because it will be offering even, it will be liaising or linking with the university to offer degrees apart from higher national diplomas. Apart from that, as an individual, not forgetting what is in my heart to reach out to those who are wounded, to those suffering quietly outside there. I have a vision of establishing a restoration center for the wounded, where people who are wounded can just come and heal their hearts. When a heart is sick, the whole body is sick. It's better when a hand is sick than when a heart is sick. So just having a place where people can heal their hearts and become economically useful to the community is very important. And my vision is to establish such a center where people can come for healing their hearts. I am a woman. Zuri is all about going out and finding women who have impacted on their community even from the smallest way. Zuri is all about the SDGs, and more so SDG number 5, which is all about gender equality. I've reached out to females in a marginalized community. These females who could not have got a training in their life have been able to get a training in their life. And now, apart from the skills they have acquired, they also have a paper to show that they have acquired that skill. They can go outside there and be employed, or rather create employment which they can use to employ people. I've also reached out to males because I didn't forget them, because gender is all about the two, the male and the female. Some male who are marginalized also, have reached out to them, and they have been able to get a skill which they can use to impact their lives, to change their lives to the positive. I have worked in a male-dominated staff community where paving through and reaching the top can be so challenging. But by the grace of God, I started low, paved through to becoming a principal of a technical training institution. And as a female, I feel I deserve, because the journey was not easy. The journey had rocks on the way. The journey was challenging, but through hard work, through consistency, through perseverance, I reached. My organization right now, I'll say, is Siala Technical Training Institute. In Siala Technical Training Institute, we started a project. This project is in short called ePivot. ePivot, in full meaning enhancing partnership with technical vocational training. In this ePivot project, we are partnering with Meru University. And it's all about where I trained, it's about agriculture. Establishing a greenhouse, establishing fields in which, one, we are training the community, and more so females, on production in horticulture. Horticulture, because you'll realize that the area, the vegetables mostly that are sold in the place are brought from outside the county. Yet the environment is friendly enough for horticultural production. Yesterday, on 16th of February, we had a meeting with the Meru University team where we were talking about extension. And in that meeting, females were supposed to be more than the males, because we want to reach out to the females more. Because actually, as it is said that you educate a female, one of them, you have educated a nation. And therefore, when we train one female to become an extension worker, we would have reached out to more in the community. And so that is what we were doing yesterday, the 16th of February 2021. And we are producing vegetables. These vegetables are supposed to be sold out to the local community. And even in future, we are thinking of exporting. Now, as we produce, we are also training the females from the local as we extend to the far local community. And we feel we will change, will impact on the community economically. As you can remember, COVID-19 made many to lose their jobs. But agriculture was not majorly affected by COVID-19. What I mean is agricultural production. So as jobs were being lost outside there, production in agriculture as a job was being created, and therefore people can produce. The weather has been favorable, and we are using that chance to reach out to the community.